We're Dude Perfect, Dude Perfect, Dude Perfect. We're Dude Perfect. Welcome to Ping Pong Trick Shots 5.
Unless you've been living under a rock for the past decade, you've probably heard of the popular trick shot group Dude Perfect. Their first trick shot video, originally named Backyard Stuntmen, went viral in 2009 and marked the start of an era of insanity. But our story, and the story of trick shots, starts well before then. In fact, it starts before Tyler, Tony, or any of the members of Dude Perfect were even born. The year is 1928, and we're in Southern Illinois, where a new basketball team has just been formed. The name of the new team? The Harlem Globetrotters. Except they didn't start out as the crazy, comedic basketball team we know today. They were just a regular basketball team, albeit a very talented one. It wasn't until the 1950s when they began to incorporate the trick shot-like routines they're famous for today. Nonetheless though, the Harlem Globetrotters are one of the first times we see something being performed that resembles Dude Perfect-esque trick shots. That being said, basketball wasn't the sport where we see the closest likeness to the modern-day trick shot. That title has to go to pool. Not that pool, the other pool, like billiards. In the 1970s, these artistic pool trick shot competitions started popping up. The competitions featured 160 set trick shots to attempt, divided into 8 different disciplines. Competitors were allowed 3 attempts to complete each trick. Overall, it was kind of like horse, except trick shot style. Although the Globetrotters' trick-filled routines were somewhat similar to trick shots, these artistic pool competitions were way closer. It was essentially modern-day trick shots being performed in a competition against other people. However, trick shots were still missing one key thing.
It's always been this dream that a lot of us have had, I think. What if every computer could talk to every other computer?
This technology uses computer networks to link people on every continent.
The information superhighway.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem.
These things would change the world of the human spirit.
That's right, I'm talking about the internet. Despite the uncanny resemblance of these competitions to the trick shots we know today, they were just that, competitions. It wasn't until 2005, when the first YouTube video was uploaded, that the floodgates were open to content of all kinds. October 20th, 2006. On this date, one of, if not the first, viral trick shot videos was uploaded. And funny enough, it was an artistic pool video. In fact, for the first few years after YouTube's launch in 2005, pool was the main sport featured in trick shot videos. But, of course, it didn't stay that way for very long. When most people think of early trick shots, they think of not pool, but basketball, and for good reason. In March of 2008, one of the first known basketball trick shot videos was uploaded by a YouTuber named Legendary Shots. And over the next year, things were about to get insane. Legendary Shots racked up millions of views on their basketball trick shot videos, prompting news stories about them.
It's pretty cool, just from nothing all the way to this.
And even a few Hampton Inn commercials that featured their trick shots.
Score a free night on us.
As trick shots began to receive mainstream attention for the first time, people began to copy and modify them. New YouTube channels popped up and started uploading trick shots as well, and among them was, finally, Dude Perfect and their first video,
Backyard Stuntman.
The video featured a bunch of college friends doing crazy basketball trick shots in their backyard, with over 24 comedically named shots and ridiculous reactions. Overnight, the video blew up and now has over 38 million views. This iconic trick shot video had a similar effect to the first videos of Legendary Shots, except even bigger. And they didn't stop there. Dude Perfect continued to upload insane trickshot videos, the likes of which no one had ever seen before. Some videos were a few minutes long and contained many trick shots, while others were under a minute and contained just a single incredible trick shot. At this point on YouTube, short, intense videos tended to do the best, and Dude Perfect's content was just that. Their epic trick shots led them to gain a lot of attention. This attention opened up many incredible opportunities, such as being featured on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
These guys who call themselves Dude Perfect do their very impressive thing.
Doing trick shots with famous athletes and in famous places.
What's up, guys? We're Dude Perfect.
And I'm Russell Wilson.
And I'm Serena Williams, Chris Paul, and Aaron Rodgers.
Having their own mobile game. And being sponsored by large companies such as Southwest Airlines.
This is the 10 million point shot.
All of this continued to give trick shots even more mainstream exposure, and trick shots were heard about and tried by more and more people. And not only that, the trick shots began to expand into other disciplines.
Ping pong trick shots.
Bowling trick shots. Backwards edition.
Playground edition.
Pool had given way to basketball, and now basketball trick shot groups like Dude Perfect and Legendary Shots were starting to do trick shots of all kinds. And not only were all sorts of trick shots being done, all sorts were doing trick shots. Most commonly, kids. Inspired by Dude Perfect and other popular trick shot channels, lots of kids started making their own trick shot videos, many of them with channel names like Kid Perfect. Nowadays, most people who regularly make trick shot content on social media are under 18, though many of them don't have too large of a following. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, popular trick shot channels have inspired many young kids to try their hand at trick shots too. In turn, this led to modifications about what the words trick shot meant, and sped up the rate at which trick shots changed and evolved. The year is now 2016. It's been almost a decade since the first trick shot video went viral. Back then, trick shot videos looked like this. But now, some are looking like this. And now, 10 years after that viral artistic pool video, the word viral is about to get a whole new meaning. In high school talent show, senior Mike Senator performs a dramatic bottle flip, followed by this from the audience. Videos of this begin to circulate around the internet in mid-2016, and before long, it seems as though everyone has seen it. And not only have they seen it, they're trying to replicate it. During the summer and fall of 2016, everyone with a plastic water bottle and a hand was trying to replicate what they'd seen. Bottle flipping was banned in many schools because it was seen as a distraction and a cause for litter and spills. Despite this, it was hard to walk into a school cafeteria without seeing a bunch of bottles being flipped. Tutorials came out online about how to flip bottles, and before long, people began to figure it out. Once they mastered the single bottle flip, they started trying new things. And when you have a ton of people doing something, you also tend to have a ton of creativity. Some people began flipping bottles often and made entire trick shot videos dedicated to solely bottle flipping. More and more viral bottle flips came out, with each one luckier and more impossible than the last. A lot of famous people and YouTubers made videos about the trend, and Dude Perfect was no exception. Their water bottle flip trick shot videos are some of their most popular to date. The most notable bottle flipping videos, however, came from a different source. That source was a YouTube channel by the name of That's Amazing. Although they were just a group of young siblings, their bottle flip trick shot videos were some of the best ever seen, and were what led them to be noticed on YouTube. Today, they make trick shot videos of all kinds, and have amassed over 2 million subscribers. People's creativity didn't stop with just bottles, though. Some people started to flip markers, pencils, and lots of other things. However, like all trends, bottle flipping began to fade away as 2016 turned into 2017. Less and less people were flipping bottles and making videos about it, and the trend started to die off. Although some people continued to do it, most stopped. But just because less people were bottle flipping didn't mean other types of trick shots weren't thriving. Many of Dude Perfect's most popular trick shot videos are from 2016 and 2017. And around this time, many people got into doing trick shots. And with more and more people creating trick shot content on social media, competition started to pop up. What started in the late 2000s as a few random viral videos evolved into somewhat of a sport. During this time, people began trying to make the best, luckiest, most creative trick shots they could, therefore creating a breeding ground for new ideas and harder trick shots. Whole communities of so-called trick shooters came to be, and these communities lived past the initial wave of popularity. Once the popularity of trick shots declined, these trick shooters weren't making their videos intending for them to go viral. They were just doing it for the fun of making trick shots, improving, and seeing how they stacked up with others. However, not everyone liked the competitive nature of these communities, which encouraged harder and harder shots. A classic example of this is the FRISBEE trick shot community. FRISBEE trick shots were first made popular in 2011 when Ultimate FRISBEE player Brody Smith's trick shot videos started going viral on YouTube. As with Dude Perfect, many kids were inspired to start trying FRISBEE trick shots of their own, eventually leading to an entire community of FRISBEE trick shooters on Instagram. At first, around 2013 to 2014, shots were simple, not very long distances, but it wasn't long before that began to change. By 2015, the community was evolving like crazy. Harder and harder FRISBEE trick shots were being made, with some shots over 100 yards, and others over houses. The targets for these shots diversified, as people started to knock down cones, throw FRISBEes into buckets, garbage cans, basketball hoops, and most commonly, disc golf baskets, which are traditionally used by disc golf players. While the community has shrunk greatly in size since the days of Brody Smith, there's still a small group of FRISBEE trick shooters doing insane shots, many of them off of massive hills into impressively small targets. FRISBEE trick shots just don't seem to go viral anymore, but in my opinion, many of these shots are just as difficult and impressive as some shots made by Dude Perfect. The fact that long-distance shots are hard to capture on camera is one potential culprit behind FRISBEE's lack of popularity. For someone who doesn't regularly watch 100+ yard trick shots or isn't familiar with the different types of FRISBEE throws, it may be hard to grasp the difficulty of these trick shots. Regardless, the community is very competitive, and they've created systems that determine the difficulty of a trick shot so everyone knows how they stack up to others. The systems are imperfect, which causes controversy in the community, but the intent is clear: to turn something abstract, such as a FRISBEE trick shot, and measure it in something linear that can be used to understand and compare. And now, we reach the present day, where something somewhat alarming is going on. If you look at Dude Perfect's most popular videos, most are from several years ago or more. Their most popular video within the past 12 months is ranked only 100th most popular on their entire channel. A quick look at Google Trends indicates that the term trick shots is on the decline. Additionally, some original trick shot YouTubers, like Legendary Shots, have stopped doing trick shots entirely. So, this poses the question, are trick shots dead? The answer to this question, like many others, is not black and white. But I'll have to say no. While Dude Perfect's videos are clearly declining in popularity, they're still one of the more popular channels on YouTube. Also, some other trick shot channels, like That's Amazing, are seeing nice success, with a recent video of theirs hitting over 15 million views. And aside from just YouTube, many people have gotten into trick shots during quarantine for obvious reasons. Some commercials have come out recently featuring the crazy trick shots done by bored people in isolation. Also, while trick shots may not be trending anymore, there will still be some people who perform and watch trick shots regardless of their popularity, like the FRISBEE trick shot community. This seems to be a common theme throughout things that were once viral and trending. For example, think of the game of Minecraft. While recently it's made a bit of a comeback, it was definitely declining for a while after its initial wave of popularity. And yet, it was still a popular game, and many people stuck to it because they just enjoyed playing it. The same seems to be true of TRICKSHOTS. Maybe it will make a Minecraft-esque comeback one day, or maybe it already has. But either way, there will still be a core group of trick shooters and trick shot fans that will continue to appreciate the discipline nonetheless.